I love you.
I love you too. Goodbye, pussycat. Fasten your seatbelt, slut puppy. This ain't gonna be no cakewalk.
32 years of marriage, laid off from your job at grief counseling. Hobbies, cheese making. Stamp collecting and Viking history.
Like a fool.
I wondered where they moved the party to.
Music. This is the ladies' room. This is where ladies go to the bathroom.
Wow! How do you lift this baby up?
Isaac, later.
I guess you have to stand back when you flush this thing.
You'd have a big, strong, strapping man like yourself. Oh, what cute earrings.
Blanche, did you really think that you could get us out of here by flirting with that guard?
Well, yes, of course, if he'd been a man.
Oh, sure, it's always a man.
To you.
Dorothy, you know that blue washcloth in my bathroom?
Yeah.
That's how big Caesar's loincloth was. Good night.
Ma!
All right. What did you and Kate have a fight about?
About advertising condoms on television. About Dennis.
I'm sorry. Good idea. You, Dorothy, can introduce Gloria to
Men.
Oh, gosh, that feels good. Listen, it's going. I can come more ground than you in my wheelchair.
How you feeling, Ma?
$1 extra.
Look at all these people staring at us. Oh, this is humiliating. I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
All right, just what in the hell are all of you staring at? Haven't you ever seen 3 vibrant, healthy, sexually active women before? Now, we are embarking on a little weekend.
Oh, Dorothy, push the doorbell.
The door's open.
I know, but push it anyway.
Always wanted to go to the Holy Land. She had just bought the ticket. Now she's dead.
Hi. What a day.
Oh, you too?
You know Roger Barton, the man who works in the cubicle next to me? He doesn't like me. Everybody's always liked me.
Change. Okay. Blanche, you've lost weight.
Rose Nyland, I could just strangle you.
With what?
Oh, come on now, let's not fight. We went through all this trouble so we could be together. The least we can do is enjoy it.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
Who knows when she'll be home?
Checkout time is usually noon.
You know, Blanche has been without a date for weeks. I know that because all the pictures on my wall are straight.
Hey, it's never easy to talk about us going up to Palm Beach to be in the cotillion.
Oh, that's wonderful, and I'll be back in dancing shape by then.
Well, you don't understand. We've changed our act. We're no longer the Tip-Tap Trio.
Huh? Who are we now?
Well, we're now known as... Oh, I'm sorry. Does Rose know?
No.
Oh, good. I don't think you ought to tell her. After all, she's not as worldly and sophisticated about these things as I am.
Absolutely. If she finds out Danny Thomas is a lesbian, it'll break up.
Hi, Dorothy.
Come right in. Raymond, I'm afraid I have something to tell you. Oh, you shouldn't have.
I know. Shouldn't have done that either.
Yes, you should. Do it again.
Mr. Sandman,
Yes?
bring me a dream.
Prima di incominciare,
Before we begin,
bisogna chiarire un punto.
let's make one thing clear.
Io e solo io sono in controllo.
I am in charge.
Io sono il padrone,
I am the boss.
io sono il maestro,
I am the master.
io sono la balena.
I am the walrus.
The practice.
Hey, Dorothy, if you're so sure of yourself, how about a little side bet?
Oh? What'd you have in mind?
If I win, you lend me the money to fly to Sicily with Augie.
No. All right, fine. But if I win... Honey, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Oh, Rose, honey, can you ever forgive us?
Well, it all depends. Will you believe what I say from now on, even if it isn't what you want to hear?
Oh, of course we will.
Will you believe me when I tell you that somebody...
Falling in love, I haven't felt this way since your father. But Tony looks at me as a friend, as a companion.
Honey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I'm picturing him naked and I'm not laughing. If you want my advice, I think you should sleep with him. Done.
That is no sketches. You didn't see the robbers.
One of the robbers of my mama's jewels.
Okay. We're getting the basic system.
Whatever.
But not from you, from your competitor.
What?
Because what you were trying to do was terrify us into spending more money than we have. Now get out of here before the victim of violent crime in this house is you.
Would anybody else like something cold to drink? I would.
Blanche, I really should be going, you know.
Oh, all right, Laszlo. Thank you again for the ride home.
It was my pleasure. Goodbye, Blanche. Goodbye, Dorothy.
Aunt Blanche. It was a roll in the hay, not a walk on the moon.
Oh, Ernie's the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. I don't think I've been this happy with a man since Charlie.
Oh.
I have to get ready. We're going on a picnic today.
Oh, I don't believe this.
Why, he should have won the Oscar for Deliverance, not to mention Starting Over. That Academy's just jealous. I mean, you put Mr. Sir Laurence Olivier in Cannonball Run, see what he can do. Oh, I'm sorry, Sophia, but the answer's no. Fine, break an old lady's heart. If you need me, I'll be out back with the rest.
He used to do bird imitations.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Well, let's just say you didn't want to park your car under their oak tree. No. Ingmar was different. His mother used to say...
Don't worry, my daughter treats me the same way.
Kids, once they're over 50, they think they know everything.
I cannot believe my mother is hanging out with that cheap hood.
You mean Rocco?
No, Rose. I mean Spiro Agnew. He gave her a highway contract.
Why can't grief take a holiday?
Oh, it does, Rose. It does. Eventually it comes to Miami like everyone else. Oh, my God. I don't believe it. Barry Glick is in town. Oh, I haven't seen him since high school.
Grand investment, that's a $7,000 profit. Peppy gets the standard 20%, and we're left with a tidy sum for only 1 week's work.
So 20% is standard for a boxer?
It is if he doesn't speak English.
Ma, that's it. Forget it. Take him back.
To where? Customer service?
All right, Dorothy, what are we going to do about
We
this?
are not going to do anything. Blanche, it has taken me a whole month to find this dress. You are simply going to have to take yours back.
Oh, Dorothy, be reasonable. This dress looks so much better on me than it does on you.
Hi, girls.
Oh, I love you over her, just like she was somebody. I just have to keep reminding myself, I am Blanche Devereaux. I am beautiful. Men find me desirable. And my life is over.
Boy, when the mask falls off, it really makes a thud.
Come on, Dorothy, sing some.
Morning, Ma. How you feeling?
I'm not sure. What did we have for dinner last night?
Mexican.
Oh, then I'm okay.
Hi, girls. Guess where I'm going?
The way it'll work in the future when my video camera gets back from the shop.
So tell me, what type of work is it that you need done, Mr.
Toto.
Mr. Toto?
Oh, no, Mr. Just Toto. You're Dorothy, and I'm Toto. At least for the next...
Mama's jewels. I can never replace them. Oh, I'm just beside myself. And you ought to see the mess they made in there. They fat tore this place apart.
They were probably looking for drugs.
We have Malox and estrogen.
Too much pleasure out of all this.
I'm sorry, Blanche. It's just that you've always described yourself as being a great beauty, and it's interesting to see that you were
Plump.
fat.
Enough.
I'm sorry. Fat water rat. 50 bullets in your...
Reynolds Dinner Theater.
Blanche, might I see you a moment?
Pardonnez-moi. Oh,
Listen, you keep your bloomers on, Scarlett. He's taking me out tomorrow night.
but he wants me. I can feel it.
Let somebody else feel it.
You mean and lose all our money?
Yes.
That's the most touching thing I've ever heard. I don't know what to say.
I do. Fat chance, Grandpa.
What a surprise.
Well, my whole childhood, I kept hearing about the curse. How when I was 13, I was going to get the curse. Oh, I was absolutely terrified. The year of my 13th birthday, I slept with the lights on all year. Oh, I was sure there was a witch behind every wisteria.
Well, Blanche, what do you think?
Sophia, what have you done?
Saved my puckered little Sicilian behind, that's what. When Dreyfus didn't come home again this morning, I went to the pet shop and got a duplicate. Amazing, isn't it?
Okay, worse, you won't be barren.
And you know what else, Goldfine? That sandwich I gave you yesterday, it was ham.
Yeah, what is it?
Gladys wants to take a man to Tony Bennett in my place.
Oh, Sophia, calm down, honey. It's all right if you want to drop your girlfriend because a man asked...
Never heard of that before, but it's marvelous.
Yeah.
Oh, you just throw together some ground pork and cabbage.
Cabbage she serves me. In 10 minutes, I could be skywriting.
Mama accepted it, too. Along with a brand new Cadillac Eldorado for her birthday. You know, my family had a few dollars, and I loved them dearly, but when you get right down to it, basically they were trash.
After what happened, I realized it isn't.
And you don't want to become involved with someone who could get hurt every time he goes out to work.
I'm sorry, Al.
That's not the first time I've heard it. I understand.
Thanks. You take good care of yourself, yeah?
Now, I know you're upset about the new baby, but we need for you to be a big girl. Your mother's had a rough week. First I'm called away, and then the baby's delivered by a cabbie.
Cesarean.
Now, I know you think Phil here's taking your place.
Maybe it sounds strange, but without Charlie, I thought that part of my life was over. I never gave it a second thought.
Until now? Then I think you should go on the cruise. Honey, if the situation is right, you'll know it.
But I'm not sure I'm ready.
Oh, honey,
From the service station across the street, our farm was just down the road from.
Rose, honey, have you been washing the fruit off before you eat it? Listen, we have a decision we have to make right now.
That's... Mother? Oh, I'm sorry. I came to religion late.
I'd say.
But it's never too late, and it is my fervent hope that the three of us, you and I and dear little Sarah, may walk the path of righteousness together.
Send the judge over here. This woman is trying to put us to sleep.
You're just exhausted and you're trying to blame it on me.
Exhausted? I'll show you who's exhausted. Maestro, how about something with a little octane?
Okay.
Here we are, Sophia, the perfect after-dinner treat. A nice dish of Jell-O. I hate Jell-O. If God wanted peaches suspended in midair, he would have filled them with helium. What? Eat it, Rose. Once you've been hit by more lightning in the World Trade Center. I was hit by the Thunderbolt once. Probably a direct hit to the forehead. It was the first time I saw my Charlie. I was 7 and he was 8.
Guys, our relationship for this. I guess it's possible you were attracted to Stan. I mean, Lord knows I stayed with him for 38 years, but I think this time you could have resisted just in case it might have made a difference to me. And I think the thing that hurts me most of all, no soul. This was after I bought her beef sticks and spreadable cheese from Hickory Farms.
Rose, everywhere you look, the rich take advantage of the poor. How can you deny there are inequities in this society?
Well, sure there are inequities.
Change Kevin's grade. I mean, this isn't worth it. I can't put my family through this. I thought I could make a difference. I can't. They win.
Thank you, Dorothy. That makes me feel better.
That's good, Mom.
Dorothy, can we have a big screen TV?
No.
Dorothy, please, I'm scared.
Not one soul has asked me about my test.
Oh, Blanche, we forgot. How did it go?
Well, I think I passed with flying colors, but best of all, I told off that nasty old professor.
Honey, congratulations. You're going to be a college graduate.
Oh, we're so proud of you.
Well, thank you, but I couldn't have done it without you girls.
Oh, now you can get that.
Oh, well, now I'm sure he's not dead. Rose, go look.
Come on, Dorothy. He's sleeping. I don't want to wake him.
You could light firecrackers in his nostrils. You won't wake him.
All right, now, Rose, go on. I don't want dead people in my house.
That's...
Mother.
Oh, I'm sorry. I came to religion late.
I'd say.
But it's never too late. And it is my fervent hope that the three of us, you and I and dear little Sarah, may walk the path of righteousness together.
Please come up on stage. Bobby Spina.
Please say you didn't do that.
Gene Taylor.
Please tell me you didn't.
Dorothy Spoiler.
Blanche, not now.
Not now, when?
Blanche Devereaux.
Wait. You haven't established a motive.
You want a motive? I'll give you a motive. That woman gave Kendall her room key. I saw her do it. Her plan was to seduce him to
That pile grabbed that lit torch and turned to that crowd and said, "What are you people doing? This is lunacy. You start a fire from the bottom." Handed by my beauty.
Blanche!
Oh, my God.
Want a glass of water to wash down your foot?
Blanche, was there something you didn't realize the other night?
Oh, you mean about you being blind?
Oh, I'm going to miss you very much.
Oh, I'm going to miss you too, Mom.
Are you sure you won't let me drive you to the airport?
No, I'll be fine. Dorothy, Sophia, thank you for having me.
Don't thank me, thank my grandson.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And the prince took the princess to the castle, and they lived happily ever after. The end.
They didn't get married?
That's implied.
I see things more clearly than the average person. My perceptions are keener.
Oh,
my eyes,
Blanche. Sophia, we have all seen our husbands die. We know what that is.
Except for her, she was getting a manicure.
Foreman, we've just been inseparable ever since.
Hey, Cochran, what are you sitting with the guest for? It's time to serve the main course.
You want me to come back after dessert?
No.
I think he got the message.
You know what time it is?
9 o'clock.
In your dreams, you take the wrong bus again? Never mind, you didn't miss anything.
What do you think you're doing?
I think I'm crocheting, but to tell you the God's honest truth, I wouldn't swear to it.
Be refreshing, Rose. Look, it's like driving in the country and getting lost. You may not know where you are, but you always have a good time finding your way out.
That was a compliment, wasn't it?
Come on.
I think they should name it after you. Zbornak syndrome.
Zbornak syndrome. That sounds like a chess move. Devereaux's disease has a nice ring to it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it was just a thought.
It's him. Who? I can't believe it.
I saw him first, too. I missed her so much. She's always been my favorite.
I tell you, it sure makes me appreciate the special relationship I have with my daughter. Pussycat.
Yes, Ma.
Dial your sister for me. I never remember the area code.
Hello, Fred.
Hello, Dorothy, Mrs. Petrillo.
Why haven't you returned my calls?
There's nothing to talk about.
We're not going away, Fred.
All right, come in. Have a seat.
I'm not sure. I think it's coconut. It's white on the inside, but there's a red ring around the outside.
Oh, that's my lipstick. I don't like coconut.
No, that's disgusting. That piece of chocolate was in your mouth, and I just put it in mine.
Big deal. We took a bite out of the same piece of chocolate called C. Everett Koop.
Dorothy. I don't know if you'll recognize it without his leather apron, but this is Aaron.
I get that way. All kinds of feelings tumbling all over themselves. Well, you know, you're not quite blue because you're not really sad. And although you're a little bit jealous, you wouldn't say you're green with envy. And every now and then you realize you're kind of scared, but you'd hardly call yourself yellow. I hate that feeling. I just hate it. And I hate the color magenta.
Anyway, you'll never guess what happened. I'm sitting in this bar in Nairobi when who do I see? My roommate from Harvard. He had decided to go someplace exotic where he didn't know a soul either.
So let us begin with Mrs. Louise Blakely.
Blanche, there is still time to back out. Do you really think you can go up there and betray your heritage?
Dorothy, I belong in this club. Well, I'm just as southern as the fruit of a scuppernong arbor growing proudly by the lazy Mississippi.
Lord.
And it was a surprise.
How's that possible? Another man showed up?
What I mean is, I had never seen a man before.
Wonderful thing that could happen to a man. And it's all because of you. For the first time in my life, I'm batting .310. and I like myself.
Oh, Blanche, you really know how to mold a man.
Then came the moment of truth. There was a man. He asked me to sleep with him. I said no. But I knew something greater than my willpower was necessary for me to resist him, so I called my sister.
Did she help talk you through it?
Oh, better than that. She drove straight up. Please be serious. You're just saying that so I won't set you up with any more women.
No, Blanche.
Well, then you're saying it because you're trying to get back at me for something.
Blanche.
Clay, I know you too well for this. After all, I know it can't be true. You're my brother.
It's true. We have a question from the audience. Yes, sir.
Are there male-female roles in the relationship?
Well, I am the little homemaker, if that's what you mean.
Now, wait a minute. Just let...
Pregnant woman that her husband's been cheating on her with her own sister. And you're the sister. And you're pregnant, too. By her husband.
You didn't.
Not me. Last night on Dallas.
Oh, Dorothy.
Listen, this is not just going to go away, Rose.
I know. But I think the first step is for me to make that call.
Oh, but who do we know who knows a man?
Blanche, you know hundreds of men.
I know, I just like to hear you say it.
Hiya, sweetie pie. How you doing?
Swore for door on Saturday. He walks towards me, reaches out his hand and says, Sophia, you can come now. There's room for you now.
That's it?
You want them to show up with Barbara Eden and the College All-American football team? It's a dream, not a Bob Hope special. I'm dying, Dorothy. Saturday, 9 o'clock. Don't make any plans.
Oh, my, a fight. They would have stopped it.
Did he do any of his own material?
Oh, he did his own material, all right. A tribute to Dorothy. ... What a girl I got. The last words I heard as I sprinted to my car were, when we showered together,
He was very insecure about the other kids liking her. Now, she would do anything to gain their approval. She would do their homework for them while her grades suffered. She would give them her lunch money in the misguided belief that she could buy their acceptance. Finally, lonely and desperate. And you remember that time Big Daddy caught us skinny dipping with those boys?
And you told him it was our Bible study group just practicing baptizing.
It would have worked, too, if you hadn't come up screaming, hey, y'all, things look bigger underwater. I don't know.
Honey, I don't understand. If you and the kids hit it off, then what's the problem?
Well, I hardly ever see Richard. Today was the third time this week he's had a last-minute meeting, and I had to spend the day with the kids.
He's a busy man.
Too busy. Even little Richard came up to me and said, now, don't worry, this happens all the time.
God, Ma, you didn't tell me he was in a clown suit.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, how could you?
Sophia called me at rehearsal. I'll change. I just wanted to make sure you were all right.
Is counsel for the demonstrators present? Here, Your Honor.
Oh, God.
The trout almondine looks nice, doesn't it?
The trout? Well, I'm not sure. Oh, yes, it does. Good. Mm-hmm. That Chateaubriand that couple over there is eating looks even better.
Then Miles, have it.
Age making me want to see those things.
No.
I'm glad I looked you up, Blanche. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. Well, I guess I better be getting back to the hotel.
Oh, honey, are you sure you have to?
Blanche, are you asking me what I think you're asking?
As he thinks it is. He wants to put a pacemaker in me.
Everybody's got a nickname for it.
I don't think I've ever been so scared in all my life.
You know what I do when I'm scared?
All color will return. Bye-bye.
Now, who in hell was that?
Another one of Rose's new friends.
Friends? They're more like animals. All they do is party and carry on all hours of the night. I am abhorred.
We know what you are, Blanche. I'm glad to finally hear you admit it.
It's been so long since I changed a diaper, I figured I'd practice before the baby gets here.
Ah, hello, Martha. Where were you?
I'll give you a hint. The guest of honor had lipstick on her teeth and didn't give a damn.
Who died? My best friend, Lydia.
I'm so sorry.
Hi, girls.
Oh, Blanche, how was the beach party?
Well, I'm not a big fan of beach parties.
I'm just glad that you got home safely.
Are you still on that Rex thing? Listen, for your information, he apologized. Saver for me. You get a bunch of saps to pay your mortgage for you every month while your equity just rises higher and higher, while those poor suckers...
I don't care what Dorothy says. Any man who doesn't pick a lady up at her home for their date is a jerk, plain and simple.
Oh, yeah, he's obviously a jerk.
Well, he's taking you to L'Auberge. Jerks love that place. I went there once with the biggest jerk in the whole world. It was right after Charlie died.
Judge,
Well, why couldn't that judge just make up his mind at the hearing?
I thought he was going to. You know, I spent 20 minutes giving him reasons why Mario should be allowed to stay. He just said thank you and excused us.
Okay, Blanche, I finished making your lunch. It's on the table.
Oh, won't you join me, Dorothy?
Well, thanks. It might help take my mind off.
Why don't you just sleep on it, Rose? I know you'll make the right decision. The right decision. The right decision.
Come in.
The reason why I would lie to you?
You're embarrassed because you seduced him. You're scared and you're guilty because you ruined his campaign.
3 good reasons.
Oh, shut up, Rose.
Hello. Yes, this is Blanche.
You're making this whole thing up just to rub it in. You have never met these people.
Jealousy is a very ugly thing, Dorothy. And so are you in anything backless. I'm busy.
What are you doing?
It's Tuesday night. I'm cleaning out my purse.
Did all that stuff come out of your purse?
No, I was also cleaning out my ears. That's where the phenomenon and the rain bonnet came from.
Sophia, why are you in such a bad mood?
Forgive me. In the closet.
Angela has something she'd like to say.
So does Sophia.
This past week has been incredible.
Oh, let's tell everyone how we feel about each other.
What are you doing here? Dorothy, what are you doing on the floor?
You made it without giving away my present.
Sophia, you stop trying to make me tell you.
Relax, Rose. Dorothy already told me what it is.
She did?
Yeah, what a present. Boy, was I surprised.
Dorothy, I didn't know you already told Sophia that her surprise was in...
Rose. Oh.
Who is it?
Mrs. Beatty.
Oh, Mrs. Beatty, come in.
I just had to come by. You were so caring to come tell me in person what happened that I had to do something for you.
Oh, that wasn't necessary.
Well, I know you blame yourself for Al's
Story of the Duke and Duchess of Windsor.
Or the story of Rose and Charlie Nyland.
You know, when I think of one, I automatically think of the other.
When Charlie and I started dating, I got the feeling that his folks didn't like me. That's when I decided to get to the bottom of things, and I found out about...
Thank God, that means he's better.
Here, I'm pooped. Oh, I guess there must be a reason why women have babies when they're 20-ish instead of 40-ish.
Blanche, the only thing in this room that's 40-ish is your hairdo.
I knew she was going to marry him.
But next week?
At our age, long engagements don't make sense. I have to go to bed.
Where will you live?
Sounds insane, but I thought that a little physical activity would help me snap this setback. I was wrong. You were right. I should just rest. Could you help me get back into bed?
Stanley, how could you fake a relapse? I mean, do I deserve this? Stan, I took care of you because I thought you needed me. I defended you to my...
Promise? Why don't you ask me to sign it in blood? What happened to trust? You don't want me to drive a car? Fine. But don't ask me to promise. Don't humiliate me. Leave me with what little dignity I have left.
Mom, I'm sorry, honey. Of course I trust you.
Carnival. And I was having the greatest time eating candied turnips and guessing how many sweet potatoes were in the glass jar, bobbing for yams. I had a knack of always coming up with the firmest, most appealing yams.
I was once told I had the firmest, most appealing yam. No, ma'am, that was me.
Parker, my name isn't Kim Fong Toy.
I'm going to go stand with those women over there so I'll be less conspicuous.
Why do you say that?
Well, Dorothy, you remember, the pretty girls always travel in packs.
Anish!
Hi, I'm here about the car. Oh, come in. Have a seat.
Thank you. How you doing?
Blanche will be here any minute. She's out on a test drive.
Well, Blanche said I was going to be the first.
I want to go out with you.
But we shook on it and everything.
If it makes you feel any better, I'll go out with you.
Instead of her, I go out with you?
Right.
Okay.
So good to see you again, Blanche. And who have we here? Hello, I'm Susan Dodd.
I'm Clayton, Blanche's...
Everybody, I'd like you to meet Murray Gutman.
How do you do, Ma? Nice to meet
Murray. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Dorothy, could I see you in the kitchen for a second? We have a little problem.
We do?
Yeah.
Hi, Ma.
Dorothy, how do you make your voice do that?
Here, honey, I picked up your new glasses.
Oh, thank God. Now I can see. Oh, wait a minute. These are no good.
What, are they the wrong prescription?
No, the wrong frames. I specifically asked for old lady smoke.
Friends. We used to be. We're not anymore.
What's wrong?
I couldn't stand it. And I realize I've been going too fast for you. You can't change overnight.
I'd like to try. Here's step one. I drew a sketch on the plane. I've decided to make an office in the house and move my practice there.
No.
But you know what, we hadn't. I feel a little strange about going out with Stan again tonight.
You're going out with Stan tonight?
He has tickets to the Burt Reynolds Dinner Theater.
And you're going?
Well, of course I am. I'd be out of my mind to pass up the chance to see Mr. Jamie Farr in the Kane Mutiny Court Martial.
See ya.
I don't think that would be a very good idea right now.
What did the doctor say?
He said that the next few hours were very crucial and that even if she
makes it, she may need a lot of physical therapy, and her insurance doesn't really cover that, and I don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh, don't you worry about that.
And it was heavenly. But before I tell you about my weekend, I want to hear all about yours.
You're looking at it. All I did was sit. Blanche was all over me like a cheap slut.
I think you mean soup. Not necessarily. But you know, this proves something. Left to herself, Blanche found, and I assure you, she was happy.
Daddy, I have never been happier in my entire life.
Oh, I'm so glad. I was worried how you're going to react.
Daddy, you know nobody can ever replace Mama in my heart. But the important thing is you.
Now, if you don't have the common decency to treat people like human beings, well, then I'm sure as hell not going to waste my time kissing your fanny. Now, if you don't like it, Mrs. Claxton, you just sit there and shut up while we have our say. And if you don't like it, just drop dead. Go on, Dorothy.
Was too nervous to eat much at dinner.
But I suppose the rest of the evening really built up an appetite.
I didn't expect to see you girls up so late.
I'm just having a snack. Dorothy's the one having an affair at a motel.
Thank you, Rose.
I suppose I have to tell her.
Oh, yes, you do. You cannot let the police tell her. Oh, the night George died, my telephone rang and a highway patrolman said, "Pardon me, ma'am, do you have a yellow convertible and a husband named George?" I said, "Yes, of course, good grief, what's happened?" And he said, "Hold on, ma'am. Put me on hold with that music while you wait.
The funeral is for a neighbor."
Oh, well, my condolences.
Oh, no, there's no need. We didn't like her.
In fact, the whole neighborhood despised him.
Oh, I see. Well, how did she pass on?
She killed him.
Rough neighborhood.
Look, Mr. Pfeiffer.
Where are you going?
Back to the studio. There's only one thing left to do.
Who was that nut?
I don't know. Mr. Terrific usually comes in alone.
So you see, it's very important that...
Really am. No, at first I wanted to give up, to die, truly. Only time I ever felt worse was when George died. But then I had the kids with me, and I pulled through it. This time I thought, well, this is my last chance. This is my last hope for happiness. I just thought I'd never feel good again.
How long is this story? I'm 80. I have to plan.
Entire life.
But it did turn out to be a lovely Valentine's cruise.
Well, it did not. We never even had to use those condoms.
You didn't? I used every one of mine. Late at night, I filled them with water and threw them at the people in the limbo line.
I haven't lost a thing. Why, the way you can tell a story, the way you twirled me around that dance floor, you'd think it was 30 years ago.
Oh, gosh, look at the time. I better go.
Oh, baloney. It's late now. In 10 minutes, it'll still be late. You just sit yourself down right there. Go on. That boy.
Grasp the valve tightly with your hand.
Okay.
Turn it clockwise until...
Oh, Michael gave me that. Let's go. I can't believe it. A grandchild.
Little Roger.
Roger? What do you want him to be, a choreographer? It's Lamar.
You said, if you could erase this one day, is this still the man you want to spend the rest of your life with?
And you said yes. And I thought to myself, idiot. But I kept my mouth shut. I knew this was a decision you had to make.
So you're saying that I should stay out of this mess between...
I'm not buying that. Dorothy uses Chanel No. 5 all the time, and she never attracts men.
What about this painted rock that you put under my bed?
Oh, thank God you found it.
This is very special to me.
I was mad the day my parents brought him back from the hospital. I thought he'd take their love away from me, and instead their love expanded and we felt more like a family. I was mad at him when I was 10 and he was 4, and...
Run now. I'm fixing a terrific late-night supper for Catherine.
Oh, really? In 38 years of marriage, you never once cooked a terrific meal for us.
Neither did you.
Dukakis bumper sticker covering up her Mondale bumper sticker?
Look, Ma, I admit that once I did have a small gambling problem.
A small problem? You bet against your own son's Little League team.
Ma, I had to. I knew that their star pitcher had after-school detention.
You were his teacher. You gave him detention.
Here, it was some treat. You made an old lady feel young again. You're okay. We love you, Sophia.
Oh, we sure do.
This is nice to die with friends. I'm gonna close my eyes now, but I'm only resting.
Dorothy, forgive me, but I gotta speak. Sometimes it's harder to close the door than to open a window.
Oh, that's very wise, Uncle Angelo.
Well, I like to entertain a lot, but the cardboard box I was living in was only suitable for small dinner parties.
Breakfast is cereal and coffee. And they ask you to pay a quarter, but if you say you don't have it, no one makes a fuss. Just make sure you get there early. A lot of times they run out.
Gee, that might even get you on the 6 o'clock news.
Well, the table on the lanai is all set. I guess Rebecca should be here with Jeremy any minute.
Blanche, did Rebecca bring Jeremy to Miami just to meet you?
I don't know. She didn't say, and I didn't want to ask.
Oh, but you think he might be her boyfriend?
Oh, I don't think so. I didn't see any pictures of him when I went...
Miles? Miles!
Sweetheart, may I ask, what are you doing here? I didn't want you to see me like this.
Oh, I know. I just wanted a chance to say I love you. Oh, and there'll be no other man after.
After? After what?
Oh, Ma, that's disgusting.
I guess there's been some kind of misunderstanding. But a Sunshine Cadet never lies.
I have 2 announcements. This press conference is canceled, and I'm proud to be the newest citizen of Miami. If anyone wants to reach me, my name is Dave.
Everybody's your friend.
Oh, Sophia, I don't think it's a good idea to drink in the park.
Hey, I do it once a month with the girls from the Cloud Society.
The Cloud Society?
Yeah, we stake out a bench, knock a few sherries back, and discuss what we think the clouds look like.
So hi, Ma.
Well, hello there. You guys ready for bed already? Yeah, I guess we are. We're very tired.
Yeah, we took care of a lot of odds and ends around the house today. What did you do, Ma?
What did I do today? What I do every day.
Thank you, Rose.
You're more than welcome, Blanche. You can always count on me to hand you the toffee.
I know. That's why I always ask you.
You know, I think I saw Jack and Janet give Chrissy this treatment on an episode of Three's Company.
Oh, at last a reference from Dorothy that even we illiterates can understand.
I guess her well of knowledge.
I'm quite fond of you.
I'm fond of you, too.
On Sunday?
Rose, Gina's going to be with us for a week. Let's not have all the really big fun right away.
Hello there.
Blanche, this is my friend Jean.
Oh, I'm so glad to finally meet you, Jean.
You too, Blanche.
Dorothy has told us so much about you. I feel like we're bosom buddies.
Ma, not a word.
You should make us grovel, eat dirt, beg for forgiveness. Give us the silent treatment.
Rose, if you give us the silent treatment, I will eat dirt.
I couldn't stay mad at you girls, you know. I did some thinking and I realized get her a Ziggy card.
No.
Oh my, not Snoopy.
I didn't get her a card.
Dorothy, if you're really so worried about this, well, I'll just let Rose open yours first so you won't be embarrassed.
You know, your ego is so fragile. You have to turn everything into a...
Blanche and Thor and I will be out in the lanai, so you'll have the living room all to yourselves.
You were willing to do this?
Well, of course. Now, come on, let's go pick out the teeth you'll wear tonight.
Did I just say that?
Are the kids back from their date yet?
Our kids?
No, Rose, the Katzenjammer kids. Of course, our kids.
Well, I thought we decided not to interfere in their private lives.
We did, but Blanche here decided differently.
Oh, Blanche, how could you?
Well, I don't know what all the fuss is about. It wasn't an official date. They just went to the... Have you found her?
Oh, yes, Blanche, about a half hour ago. But now I've hidden her again, so you can find her.
The Dow was down again today.
I told my broker to short all my high-tech holdings and put it all into AAA bonds and precious metals.
Hey, you sound like doctors.
And just yesterday, her biggest concern was whether Bubbles, the chimp, was traveling with Michael Jackson against his will. Okay, honey, tell us what's wrong.
What does this picture look like to you?
Me sitting on a throne dressed as Cleopatra.
Dorothea.
I think I may have accidentally promised your hand in marriage.
Dorothea.
Well, at least he's Italian.
Honest.
Well, she wouldn't have gone for it if I told her the truth. And like you never told a lie?
That's right, I've never told a lie. Well, just once when I snuck out of class to go to the movies.
It's not much of a lie.
That's what I thought. Turned out to be the day they taught everything.
Trudy's dead.
Please, everybody. It happened this morning when we were playing tennis. Trudy's heart just couldn't take it. I'm just thinking out loud, but isn't Atlanta where the Center for Disease Control is?
Coincidence.
Hey, these are all right. When I look through them backwards, you actually look demure.
No, I have no idea.
And listen to this. Dear Dorothy, in case you change your mind, here are 3 things to remember at the cocktail party. Number 1, ask for more potatoes. Number 2...
But it was hard to tell since he had such a small part.
Dorothy, why don't you come with us? You'll have a lot more fun.
Besides, that Barbara is so snooty.
Blanche, how can you say that? You hardly know her.
Well, then why doesn't she ever include us in the plans she...
Dorothy, she could take shorthand, and I did have an affair with her.
I am shocked. That airhead could take shorthand.
Look, Dorothy, tomorrow I am checking into the hospital, and I may never come out, and if that's the case...
She's right. You know what you do for a bad neck? You get into bed and lie perfectly still and wait until it's over. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not a bad neck, that's bad sex.
Hi, Mom.
Michael, I can't believe it. Oh,
Sophia, isn't that obscene? No, they mean good health, have a nice day, and would you like to squeeze my concertina? understand. You spent the whole afternoon together and he still didn't ask you out. What did you do wrong? Who didn't ask you out, Dorothy? You got a phone book?
Frankly. Go ahead, Uncle Angelo.
Anyway, I spent so much money on this girl, I forget about my business. The bank foreclosed, leaving me flat broke. I got no savings, no place to live. And I gotta tell you, a lot of women find this a negative.
Yes. Oh, so the contract is valid? Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Everything is on the up and up. He does have a fight scheduled. All we have to do is hire a cut man, but I can probably do that on my way back from the dry cleaners.
With wanting to be liked. And Blanche, do you remember what I looked like as a kid?
Oh, yes, I do. You were a beautiful child.
I was not. I was short and fat with braces and acne. And I used to think to myself, oh, I would give anything to be just like my Aunt Blanche. To be pretty and popular with lots of talk.
Oh, honey, what is it?
Well, all day long, Blanche has been giving me looks. I think she's really mad.
Look, Rose, what happened between you and Clayton last night is your business, not Blanche's.
But that's just the point, Dorothy. Nothing happened between Clayton and me. Nothing physical, anyway.
And they'll even run your picture and let you use up to 100 words in your biography.
How do you know that?
Rumor.
Well, I suppose I could try it, but I could never, ever see myself going out with a man I met that way.
Honey, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Blanche, you make it sound like I'm the only woman in Miami.
That reminds me, I gotta give Charlie Milburn a call.
If this cake reminds you of Charlie Milburn, we could both give him a call. Rose, how up to contact?
You expect me to believe that you don't wear contacts?
She dropped my contact. You see, I happened to run into Dorothy downtown, and I mentioned to her that I'd run out of contact solution. And she said that she had plenty of it here at the house because she doesn't wear them. So here we are.
Oh, okay.
I sat there at 2 in the morning listening to Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. And then after an eternity, he comes back on the line eating chips. And he says, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm the only one here. My phone's been ringing off the hook. I said, officer, what about my husband? And then he's...
Ever since I was a little girl, when I first heard my parents whispering about the St. Olaf slasher. Slasher? Yes! Oh, he terrorized St. Olaf for months. In the dark of night, he'd sneak into an unsuspecting farmer's field and mercilessly slash his scarecrow to shreds. It was the Crimea River matinee at the Rialto. I'll be back. I'm going to change and I'll make us some tea.
Blanche, would you mind if I spoke to Dorothy privately?
Mind? Why, of course not. And listen, don't you worry. Your secret is safe with me. There's nothing else we can do.
Blanche, it'll be easy. The children are dropped off in the morning and they're picked up by 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Now, here's something here. How about sponging?
What's that?
It says here, spongers help cool off the walkers by sponging and rubbing down their hot bodies as they pump their way through Greater Miami.
Doesn't make much sense, does it, Blanche? I mean, get them all. But is anything wrong?
She just realized there's going to be a scar. It's really just last-minute stage fright. All my patients have it.
Oh, honey, I'm sure it'll be nothing. You'll hardly notice it.
That madman wants to rip me open from stem to stern. Your 2 favorite parts.
So that's where it ends? Well, that's neat, isn't it? You walk in here, borrow my friends for a while, and start acting like a stupid jerk and waltz right out as if nothing ever happened.
Do you want an apology?
I want an explanation. Holly, I can't figure you out. You're smart. I met Mr. Terrific.
Rose, don't be so quick to judge. I once thought I had met Mr. Terrific. Turned out there was also a Mrs. Terrific. I found myself ducking a Mr. Boz.
You don't understand. I really met Mr. Terrific at the mall. He was signing autographs.
We were just hypothesizing. If you were to invite any 2 people, living or dead, to dinner, who would they be?
Well, Lillian picked Winston Churchill and Browning. without his wife.
Rose, whom would you pick?
Rose, Miles is here.
Hello, Rose.
Miles?
Rose, this is Caroline. Caroline Rose Nyland.
How do you do? I am so glad to finally in the room and cry like a baby. Get, go, move it. She owns us.
Jason.
Blanche, I really want to thank you again for these ray blockers. I didn't think I'd get used to everything being pink, but it's kind of fun.
Rose, what the hell are you listening to?
It's a relaxation to make demands on each other when they're apart.
Out call massage.
That's odd. He's usually home by now.
Well, he is the Zipper King. Maybe he got stuck in traffic.
Associate producer quit. So now I am the new associate producer of the Wake Up Miami show. They even gave me a nameplate for my desk.
Harold Goldstein, associate producer.
Isn't it exciting?
Oh, congratulations, Harold. That's great.
We've already had our first meeting. I said...
Acts of Swine. It's amazing.
What's amazing? Dorothy, I love you.
I love you too. Goodbye.
I had some on the plane.
Ma, what are you doing home?
Oh, I left my shopping list in the kitchen. There you are, Sophia. She outsmarted me, Dorothy.
You're kidding. I mean, how is that possible?
I
गेला धावून येते गेला धावून येते कधी आम्हाला तारून येते कधी आम्हाला तारून येते हेमंताचा बदलते तुझा लेकर गोळा खूप दिवस राहिले लाखो तुझ्या पेरा कोई न बनी आई तुझा तुझी राहो आमच्या गावावरी आई गावली जाऊ अगो